welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to be talking all about breastfeeding essentials. I've been trying to make this video for like 4 weeks and just for all kinds of reasons I haven't been able to. But today Addison is at her Nana's house, the baby is sleeping, and so I'm going to attempt to get this video done. So anyway, if you guys have been following me for a really long time, then you know that I had a really hard time breastfeeding Addison. I was very uneducated, I guess you could say, and I just tried to make it work with like what I had. Well, I'm gonna be the first to tell you that sometimes you have to invest in like other things to help you have the best breastfeeding experience you can have, because it doesn't always come naturally for people. For me, it did not. It was not a natural experience. I had to work really hard for the 5 months that I was able to give her just primarily breast milk. And so now this time around, I've been breastfeeding exclusively for over 2 months. I'm pleased to say that it has been such a good experience, and I really honestly think it's because I took the time to figure out what I needed and got the things I needed for breastfeeding. So with that being said, I'll jump right into the video, show you guys what I feel are the essentials when it comes to nursing. The number one thing that I'm going to recommend you get is a nursing bra. I'm wearing one right now, and so it just clasps right here, so you can just take this part off and pull it down to nurse easily. That has been amazing. With Addison, I never even had a nursing bra. I just thought that I could like scoot the bra to the side. No. I didn't even know what I was missing out on, honestly, because I never got a nursing bra and I had a really hard time. But now that I have one, it's actually making it so much easier for me. It's just like more efficient, I guess you could say. So definitely, if you are even thinking about a nursing bra, it's just so much easier. Get a nursing bra. The second thing I think is really essential are nursing pads. So I don't know if this is the same for everybody. I think this is like pretty common, but for me, I leak on the other side. Like whatever side I am breastfeeding on, I'm leaking on the other side. And I've heard that it's worse like throughout the first like couple weeks or whatever, and then it gets better. But for me, it's just like all the time. Like I've been nursing now for over 2 months and it still happens to me. Definitely need nursing pads, especially for the first couple weeks if you're someone who that doesn't happen in like the future, but the first couple weeks you definitely need it. The two different kinds I use are the just washable ones. I got these off Amazon, pack of like, I don't know, 12 or something like that, and these are really great. However, I don't know why, but I just leak a lot more during the day. So I use these at night, and then I like the disposables for during the day. So these are Up and Up brand, and they're actually amazing. I've tried a whole bunch of different kinds, and these ones are just my favorite. They absorb a lot. They never feel heavy or wet for that matter, and they're just like really awesome, and they're cheap because Up and Up is like a cheap Target brand. For all this stuff, I'm gonna link it in the description for you guys if anyone wants to like check out these products. But anyway, definitely, I like the washables and the disposables. I like to have both on hand, especially because sometimes like you run out of all the disposables and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? And so at least you'll have like one or the other. Another thing I'm going to talk about is a breast pump. Everybody who is nursing needs a breast pump. The one that I'm going to talk about is Willow Pump. This video is in collaboration with Willow Pump. They sent me these pumps to try out and test. So this is my honest opinion and review of them. I absolutely love them. If you guys have been following me for a really long time, with Addison, I exclusively pumped for 2 months out of the time that I was breastfeeding because I was just having a really hard time with the breastfeeding and her latching and all of that. I had a really hard time. So I was pumping for about 2 months exclusively, and it was hard. It was really hard because your conventional pump, you have your pumps here, and then you have cords going to the actual electric part of the pump, and then the pump is plugged into the wall. So there's cords and cords, and you're attached to the wall basically, and it's just like, it's time consuming, it's exhausting, and especially when you're pumping exclusively every 2 to 3 hours, it's tiring and it's a lot. So when I heard about Willow Pump, I immediately was like, yes, I need to try this, because when you're nursing, you definitely have to pump sometimes, like especially in the beginning when your milk comes in, there's a lot of pumping involved because you just have so much. And then if you want to like up your milk supply or just build a stash, this is just such a great option to have. So the way that Willow Pump works is there's 3 pieces. That's it. 4 if you count the bag. So this is the inside of the pump, this is the actual pump, this is the flange, and this is the suction tube, okay? So you would put the bag in here, the bag goes on the inside, and then you just put them together, And then your controls are right here on the front. Power, you can up and down your suction levels on here, and your start. And the way that you would use it is once the bag is in and it's loaded, ready to go, you would just stick it in your bra, and you can literally, like, it will just sit there in your bra. You'd usually wear like some kind of soft bra with it, and you would just put them in your bra and it just pumps. No cords, nothing. You just can pump on the go. I've pumped in the car, I've pumped at the salon, I've pumped while family has been over. It is absolutely amazing. It's a game changer, especially if you have 2 little ones like I have. I can still be a full-time mom and not be stuck to the wall while pumping. So these are amazing. I actually have a full review of these on my blog. So I'll go ahead and link that down below as well if you guys want to check that out, just like in detail of how this works and what I think of it. But I really do think that they're amazing. There's also an app, an iOS app on your phone that connects to these via Bluetooth, and you can see how much you're pumping, what time you're pumping, what your suction levels are, and like how much you're pumping on each side. And then it keeps that, like it keeps a log of your pumps, like, you know, everything I just said with how long, what time, how much on your left, how much on your right, and all of that. So you can see everything. Also on that app, you can see your history all the way to where you first started pumping. You have your store on there, so if you need to order more bags or you need another flange or something like that, it's easy access. You just go right on your app, click on store, and everything is right there so you can order. And then what I also love is that they have videos on the app. So if you're not sure of how to work Willow, you can just check the app and you can see on there all kinds of videos that will be really helpful for you if you have any questions. But not only that, they have a coaching session as well. So when you get your pump and you start using it, say that you are using the app, you watch the videos and you're using it, but you still have questions, there is a one-on-one coaching session that you can talk to someone on the phone or via text, and they will answer any of your questions. And they are all so nice. I love the Willow team. Everybody's so great. And I just highly recommend this pump. I love it so much. You need this in your life. My next item is definitely a must-have, I would say, for like the first few weeks. I don't use it as much now. Now I use it more as like a lounger, but it was really, really helpful for me for the first couple of weeks when AJ was just such a newborn. It was like hard to like hold him and stuff and breastfeed. The boppy. I know that this has been talked about a lot. Like everyone just completely says that this is like amazing, and I don't know why I never got one with Addison, but it would have been a game changer and a lifesaver for me if I would have used this with her. So basically it was so easy. You just wrap it around your waist, and then I would prop the baby up right here and just feed him, and it was so simple, so easy, and I really could just be hands-free. And now, I mean, he's a much better nurser now, so it's not like as hard, so I don't use this as much. But it was really great for the beginning. So I highly recommend getting a boppy if you don't have one or you're thinking about it, just do it. And also it's like multi-functional because you can use it as a lounger later on. So it's awesome. The next thing is nursing friendly clothes. I don't think a lot of people like think about how like hard it can be to nurse when you don't have something that's like easy to nurse in. For example, what I'm wearing right now has buttons down the front, so this makes it easy for me to just like unbutton and just like go in and breastfeed him there. If you're wearing something that doesn't have buttons or like a maxi dress or something, even something that like comes down just too high, it's a lot harder to feed the baby. You always basically have to lift up from the bottom. You wouldn't think about it, but this is something once you have a baby and you're breastfeeding, this is something that I'm always thinking about when I'm buying clothes, when I'm putting on clothes for the day. I'm like, hey, where are we going? What do I need to wear? Do I need something super nursing friendly, or can I get away with something that I need to pull up? And it's just like always something on your mind. You don't really think that nursing friendly clothes is going to be that essential, but it really, really is. It makes it so much easier. That can just be like one added stress that you don't need when you're trying to breastfeed, is like figuring out your clothes situation. So just make sure you have buttons. Makes everything so simple. So the next thing that you need when you're breastfeeding is coconut oil. I've had this coconut oil forever. I need to get some more, and I have it in this cute little jar, but you definitely need coconut oil. I use it for everything. And thank goodness this time I didn't really have to use it a ton while breastfeeding, especially in the beginning. I know it's like common to have to use that, but I really didn't, just for more so like dryness, because you're not used to that. When you go from not breastfeeding to breastfeeding, you're not used to it. So sometimes your nipples can get like dry. Even if it's not painful, sometimes it just gets dry. So it's good to like just stay moisturized. I mean, you should keep your whole body moisturized, but it's definitely good to just have like a really good moisturizer. And some women actually experience like cracked nipples and stuff like that, and that is also common. I didn't experience that this time, thank goodness, but I have in the past, especially with having such a hard time with Addie. That was part of it. I really like coconut oil for that. And then also you can use your breast milk, or there's lots of other like ointments and creams on the market that you can use specifically for like cracked nipples and nipple soreness during breastfeeding. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to talk about a product that I kind of just recently heard of. My midwife told me about it and I'm like, whoa, what is that? And I saw some other bloggers using it, but I didn't even know like if it worked that well or anything, so I figured I would just try it, and it ended up working out really well. It's the Willow Pump. So this is a handheld, it's not a pump. I wouldn't say it's a pump, because you can't like pump with this. That's not what this is. Basically, so here's how it works is while you're nursing, like say I'm nursing on one side, you would squeeze it like this and then suction it to your other side, and then it'll just take the letdown. Like whatever leakage you get will come in here so that you're not wasting milk. So it's actually pretty awesome. I don't usually pump on one side while I'm feeding on the other, because I like to save that milk for when he needs to eat next, especially in the beginning. Like when I'm like overproducing milk, I want my body to know how much milk I need to be making. So I don't like to overdo it. I don't want to be pumping on one side while he's eating on the other. More so I just want to catch the milk so that I'm not wasting any, because otherwise I'll be feeding on this side and whatever breast pad I have on this side is soaking wet. That's happened to me before. If you're breastfeeding and you're leaking a lot on one side while you're nursing on the other, which is really common, especially within the first few weeks, this will be your best friend, because it just, like I said, catches the extra milk. It's not actually a pump or pumping any milk, it just catches it. So that's really awesome to not waste any. All right, you guys, so that was it for my breastfeeding essentials. Those are the top things that I would say. I mean, I'm sure that there's other things that some people would recommend or things that worked for them, but I honestly think that all of these things are essential for anyone who is breastfeeding. You need these things like no matter what. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have anything to add or anything that you have used while you were breastfeeding or something that was recommended to you, leave it in the comments, because I'd love to hear it. I'd love to know like what other products that other people are using that worked for them with breastfeeding, because it really is such a hard journey for some people. And sometimes just knowing what works for other people really can help someone in their breastfeeding journey. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Bye guys.